on.
Recording is on.
Okay, so initial, boom, like right off the bat. Some of these are going to seem stupid, but like that's how it is in my head right now. Hang on. It's interesting. You have like this vibe about you of like natural crystals, nature, relax, like this whole thing, but it's almost like that's on the undercurrent. So the outer, you're like, oh, I'm a little bit more top note, but that's like your second layer in. Sorry. Like this whole like, I love animals, like all of this vibe underneath, much more like earthy, and I enjoy it, like everything. And it's interesting that you're like in this outside right now too. It like all kind of fits together. Hang on, there is an older gentleman that hangs out with you, or he's just showing up kind of in the back. I don't think he's anybody that's hardcore. I don't know. I don't know the draw yet. I'm just telling you exactly what you see, like, and we can sink into this person or whatever it is. Another thing that goes along with this, hang on. It's like you're out to help the world. You must have like a lot of like Pisces or something in you somewhere. Like that must be a thing. I bet you're like a Pisces Taurus combo with like a random Gemini thrown in there. Hang on. Let me get in here. Hang on. Are you going? No. Weird. Did you ever want to go to school, like go to art school or something like that?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Sorry. That's why I'm like, what's this sign? It's a sign they throw up. And I'm like, and it's like wanting to go do this, did this, decided not, like do something else. Now I practice this underneath it all. But then it's like, have you thought about being like a vet and all that stuff too?
Wow. Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool. Because it's like, these are the boobobs.
Cool.
I'm asking your people and your guides, like, where's your path? And it's like, these are our loves. Like, these are our things. But the first one is, I don't think I'm good enough, which you are. The second one is like, it's almost like, oh, it takes too much time, but it needs to be. So you're already self-doubting yourself on both of those, which you should. I mean, you shouldn't self-doubt. You should go for it. But hang on. Wait. Said seeing somebody. Okay, you're in a relationship right now?
I'm married, yes.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Because it's like they're talking about seeing somebody currently, with somebody currently. Hang on. Even that, it feels like it's weird because it's like you guess, like, is this the right path for me? I don't know why. Hold on. This is still fairly new, the marriage?
Like 2 years? For 3 years.
Perfect. Okay. Pretty close. She's pretty close. Hang on. Let me see. Have you already had the little girl out of this yet? Okay. That's like coming up. So they're like showing like this girl, this female presence. And so I'm like, that's why I'm like, have you? Because it's here, but it's not like, you can feel if something's tangible versus intangible. That's why I'm like, what is this? Hang on. Does he travel for his job, or does he travel around places for his job or something like that?
He will be.
Okay. Because as they're talking about like you getting, it's like almost like he can go and then you have to stay. It feels almost like military-esque for me, like in that kind of way where like we pick up and travel, or he's going to be traveling. Hold on.
He does like consulting.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, because it's like you staying. Hold on. I mean, you're at where you need to be right now. Like, that's a thing. But, like, your potential hasn't yet. You're kind of, like, living through this, which is cool. But, like, I don't know. It feels like almost like a hose. It's going to sound really weird. This is what I'm talking about. Like, a hose that has the water turned on, but, like, the pressure is building up and nothing's come out yet. And so I'm like, hang on. Wait. Right now, what do you do now? Day in and day out. So what you're doing right now is very monotonous. Hold on. Were you working in like the front desk of like customer service or something like that for a while?
I've had like 18 jobs, so yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, because it's like all they're showing me when it comes to that, like being the front facing customer for it, it's monotonous. It's like, all right, here it is. Same thing, same thing, same thing, same thing. Hang on. He's like, thinks he can get somewhere. They're talking about your husband. Hang on. Do y'all have like a whole pack of animals at your house?
We have 2.
Okay, cool. Because they're like grouping you in. It's like this whole family. You can feel the vibes of them. Hang on. By the way, if you hear loud noise, that's a thunderstorm. Hang on. Which is great for our sessions.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a woman now here too. She watches out too. Hang on. Did you come from like, it's weird. Now I'm getting like your vibe, like your backstory vibe. Hang on. It's almost... This relationship was a saving grace for you. It's like you came from like an off-kilter family or something like that and has like this rocky bullshit-esque thing going on in the back, but then in your mind you're like, no, it was fine. Like sometimes you're trying to say it's great, but it's not, and you know it sometimes anyways. But you try to like do the whole fake smile thing. Hang on. Yeah. And you're like, hang on. Hang on. Hold on. Sorry, you can feel it. It's not bad. This is just, hold on. Some weird uncle thing that goes on. Why do they always bring up weird uncle? What's going on? I think that is my sign for like, hold on. What are you guys talking about? You have a group that protects you, and that's where all this is coming from. Hang on. She's talking about, they're talking about how this one's a woman right now. She's talking about how you enjoy like the simple things, how you enjoy the simple pleasures, like pouring tea, like all these weird, like little things, like pouring tea into little cups, and like everything's very quiet and calm. Like you have like the Zen place about you that you like. I think that's how you feel in your soul. But it's weird because everything else around you is like very masculine, or like you're just starting out or something like that. Like there's not a whole lot of like stuff on the walls or something like that. I don't know what that is. Did y'all move to a new place or something?
Recently, yeah. I have not decorated. All my stuff is still in the closet.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I'm like looking at the house and like there's not, it kind of looks like I took all my paintings down. It kind of looks like that, where it's like I got a bed, but like nothing else on it, right? Hang on. Cool. I'm like, is this because they're showing, the reason I asked is like, is this a sign or is this like actual? And so, hang on. Trying to show her. So they're up there trying to show you where you need to go. They can always influence, but they can't like direct, they can be like, oh, we'll put this in your path. They've been trying to show you because it feels like you felt like you've been like lost or like off kilter from this area for a little bit. Hang on. She's like, I know, I just need to do something more. Like that's the phrase that comes through with this. Hang on. You're far away from home. Did you move far away from your old home?
Yes, I was born and raised in New York. I'm in Colorado now.
Holy shit. Okay, you are. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. And I'm like, oh, far away. I'm like, oh, can she move back? It's like, oh, you don't really want to move back. Like that whole thing. Hang on. Come on. It's almost like you guys hope to start a company of your own or something like that.
That's accurate.
Yeah. Hope to start a company of your own. Those are just the words. Hold on. On the mother's side, your mom's side, you didn't know them very well?
I never met her dad.
Perfect. Cool. He's somebody saying like, he's passed, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I said, I was like, where, does she not know him? Is he alive? And this woman's like, he's passed and I'm up here too. Those are the two things. That's when I'm like, okay, are they connected? Like, what is this? Hang on. He's talking about you. Poor girl never had a chance in the world. I don't know what that means. Girl, hang on. Mother was in and out. It was really hard to live with your mother, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's she's talking about mother was in and out of your life or something like that, and like has like this sense of anger or like that goes along with it too.
I think my mom is undiagnosed bipolar.
Yeah, it's just that she's like I'm here, I'm not, I'm here, I'm not, I'm here, I'm not. Thank you. I'm here, I'm not. And so hang on. What about God, she left that situation. Wait, is her I'm trying to figure out who this woman is. Wait, is her mother gone as well?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Because the woman goes, my daughter. I'm like, okay.
Oh,
okay.
man. Okay.
Yeah. Hold on. She's talking about how she was a pain in the ass when she was alive.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. She's like, oh, I was a pain in the ass when I was alive. Like she's very loudmouthed in my head. She's not ethereal. She's very like, I'm gonna tell you how I tell you, and this is it. Like all of this narrative is coming from her, by the way. Like you're alive. Yeah, what's happening? What's been happening? The gentleman, remember I told you the gentleman shows up and like I'm not into him yet. And then I was like this woman and like she finally shows her face and they're connected. Anyways, hang on. And she's like, I wish I could have reached out and done more for her. She's like, but hell, I had problems of my own. Hold on. But she's like, I said, what happened to you? Why did you die? She's like, oh, mess of stuff. She's like, diet issues, everything, you know, all the shit that happens when you get old. I said, I get it. She's like, if I wouldn't know now what I know then, or what if I know now what I should have known then? Hang on. Maybe we wouldn't be in this situation. Hang on. You know, she's talking about, oh, honey, you don't have to go back. Like talking about that. Hang on. She says that you were a crazy kid in a good way. Like you were like bouncing all over the place or something like that. Hang on. Oh, she passed when you were little?
No.
Really? She's giving me this like set of time when you're younger. Like that's when she sees you. And then after that, I don't know. What happened with her? Give me her what happened with her?
She lived with us, and I think she checked out mentally when I was fairly young. Like it was like a slow fade out.
Oh no. Okay, no wonder she's so no wonder she's so tied up to the home and you and everybody else. Give me her first name so I don't have to keep calling her lady.
It's okay, Lillian.
Okay, there's still people. Hold on. So for me, like it's rude when you're like, woman, tell me more, right? Wait. She says, oh, I was brash, all right. Hang on. She's talking about you miss her, even though you didn't have like a great relationship like that. She's talking about when you're younger. She's like, I loved her. That was my sweetie. Hang on. She's talking about being like 50, but it feels like she's like 80. Like she's already old at that point. Hang on. Mom would self-medicate. You mean to come along with her? I don't know what that means. She's talking about that. She's talking about you're doing good for yourself. You're doing good for yourself. Hang on. She's talking about you needed to get out of that shithole. Like legit. I was like, okay. Hang on. Says your husband stuffy for her. Good guy means well. Hang on. Wait. Did you and him like just get hitched like you didn't have an actual wedding?
We had a wedding. None of my family came.
Okay. Oh no, really? Okay, because she's showing me like none of that side or any of that's there. That's why I'm like, we just get hitched? Like, what is this? She's not placing with any of that. Beautiful though. Wish I would. Obviously, okay, so she had already passed by the time you got married.
Hmm.
Yeah, because she says, wish I would have been there to see it, though, like that. Yeah. I want them to know that I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm having a nice time. Like that. That's how she sounds. That's how she sounds in my head. I'm like, oh my God, hang
That's
on.
amazing.
Yeah. She's talking about don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. She calls herself a bitch. In a good way, in a funny way. In a funny way. Hold on. She's like, in your mother, I don't know what you're gonna do about her. God bless her. Hang on.
That's great.
Yeah. Wait. I'm not gonna say that. Don't stop it. She's talking about like doesn't know her mouth from her asshole or something like that. And I'm like, no, can you stop? Hang on. Rekindle that relationship before it's too late. So you and mom don't have a great relationship right now?
It's okay.
Okay, because she's talking about with her like before it's too late, which either means that mom's health is failing or like something's going on with that. I don't know what that is. Like they usually don't say that stuff unless we have a shortened amount of time. Now that doesn't mean like a week, a year. That means, less than 5 for me normally. Hang on. Why would mom have a lot of guilt with her passing?
I don't know.
I don't know either. She's talking about daughter. Mom has a lot of guilt with my passing. I don't know what that is. So what happened with you, Grandma?
She was in a nurse and then passed away there.
Perfect. Okay, yeah. I was gonna. She's just talking about like you're losing your mind or something like that. I'm like, okay, hang on. She's like, stare at the wall all day. You don't even know who you really are. She's like, I was beautiful once. She's definitely reliving her. Hold on. Has it only been like 8 years since she passed? 7 or 8 years?
I mean, less than that.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Because the way she's talking really well, but it's not over 10. Hang on. She's fine. She's fine. She's definitely around you. Like that would be the gentleman. Like that would be one of your saving graces right now. And it's almost like she's attached to you in a good way to make sure you're okay because she's loud and proud in there and in your face. And I like her. I like her personality a lot. Hang on. Where is she from? Don't tell me. Hang on. She's saying born and raised. So obviously she grew up and lived in the exact same area her entire life or something like that. She said it was a crap hole. She's from the Northeast.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on. Because she's making me feel like it's either like New Jersey or like Pennsylvania or like Philly or like New York. Because whenever they do that, they always show me it's like all the houses are crammed together in like row houses. And then it has almost like this dark gray like sepia tone over it. And I'm like, oh, that's the Northeast. That's where you're at. Like, yeah. We didn't have much, but we made it work. Yeah, she's good. She's good. Tell her thank you later. Okay. Wait, do you have anybody else before I want to go into you for a few minutes too? Sorry. Welcome. Surprise thing from Grandma, right? Do you have any other people you want me to try to channel while I'm in the zone? Legit.
I mean, you just do you. I'm sitting back for the ride here.
Okay. Cool. Hang on. Hold on. I also want to look at your chart too. And see where that is. Wait, let me do that first because I'll forget that because as soon as I zone out, I'm gonna be screwed, and then I'll look at the time and I'll be like, oh my god. Wait, give me the date of birth.
11/7/94.
Okay. Happy birthday, twin. Yeah, I'm November 7th.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, and look, we both have the red hair. I was gonna wear green today actually, so we're both going to match. Yeah. And then what city were you born in? Do you know?
I used to know. Bethpage? Is it Bethpage?
Where's that? New York?
Yes.
Okay. God, is that a tiny little place?
Yeah.
Really? I've never even heard of that before. Hang on, I want to see what these vibes are. I want to see what these vibes are that I'm getting when I was talking about earlier. Hang on. I love it. Thank you for letting me do a general session. I love general sessions. Because you just kind of like vibe and like figure
I
out.
vibed with you watching your stuff, and I was like, I trust her. She can just go off.
I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's my, I love doing them. No wonder. Do you know what your chart is?
No.
Okay, remember how I said I was like, you have like mad Pisces vibes that go in here with like this earthiness about you, right? And so, and I was like, oh, Taurus or whatever it is. So your ascendant, so your one of your main signs is in Capricorn, which is earthy. Your other one is in Taurus, which is earthy. That's what I was talking about. Your Venus, so how you love somebody, is in Pisces. That's like a main one. So that's that Piscean output that I'm talking about. And then your sun obviously in Scorpio, and then your moon sign is actually in Taurus. So that all kind of matches up exactly the vibes that I was feeling. So what that means is, hey, you have a sun in Scorpio. We already know that. That's like your out-facing type of appearance, right? Your moon, so your inner emotional connection and what you need physically and emotionally is in Capricorn. So you need somebody that's going to be very grounded. You need somebody that's going to be intense. You're going to be somebody that you can help other people build a business or build a life. Like that's what you want because you're steadfast, you're true, you're really going to get into it. That also means you don't like people telling you what to do too. And that's not a bad thing. Your communication style is in Libra. So you're always like, yeah, let's do it. Okay, cool. I like it. Yes, 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 yes. Maybe yes, a little bit too much. Did I say yes again? I meant yes again. So a lot of times they can be yes people or they can be cornered in. A lot of times too with this placement, you can see people that have a really hard upbringing where they were forced into a lot of things or they were told like you have to be this or like, and so you had to conform. So you're like that scale of like, you know, light and dark, and you always have to make the waters calm all the time. Your Venus is in Pisces, which is really, really cool because that means not only when you love somebody, you love them fully, thoroughly, and really intensely. That also means that you actually don't like to be alone normally. And it's funny, I was talking about the whole like animal vibe and like outward in nature. Venus and Pisces are like notorious for like collecting pets and being outside and being a part of it and like loving all this like flow type of energy stuff. Your Mars, so sex, work, and your drive is in Leo. So that means you like to be number one. You like to be number one. And I'm going to be the best. Don't tell me I'm not. Like that whole thing. But it's also muted a little bit because of the Venus and Pisces. It comes in a little bit softer. So instead of it being like, I want to do this number one, you're like, let's work together. I'll be the leader. So it's like this little bit softer vibe of it. Your Jupiter, so how you gain luck in life, is actually in Scorpio. And so what happens with that is that by you getting into things, by you like diving in, like deep diving and understanding and pulling out facts and feeling and really looking into it, that's how you're going to gain your luck. That's how you're going to gain your happiness. So a lot of people with this placement, like with yours, with Leo and Scorpio together, like remember I was talking about like doctor, art, all this stuff. So it's you're doing all your research, you're becoming number one, but you're really getting into the facts and like getting into your soul about it. So like these type of careers would be ideal. Another thing would be really good for you would be like coroner, which would be anything in like the macabre area. So like maybe embalmer, somebody that deals in like social justice, somebody that is, I had a person with this placement and I didn't know, but I felt, I was like, you're in like forensics, and she is the person that investigates how blood spatters are done on the wall to decide how a death was done. Like, so it's like all this intensity that goes along with it, but it's because when you leave and you go home, you can like just kind of push it away. But in that moment, you've really intensified and like really gotten into it. Another thing is your Lilith. So this is your shadow side. Okay, is in Taurus. And so this is good and this is bad. It's bad because it's the most stubborn placement. And it's good because that means you can really grow from it and really grow as a person. When Lilith is in Taurus, it means that you can be too stubborn. It means that you don't like change. It means that you can give too much of yourself for other people where it causes you to fail. And it means that you kind of like hold on to your things, you keep them. So things really matter a lot more than spirituality or like, you know, being just happy. And this doesn't mean that this is how you are your whole life. This means you like grow out of it as you get older, but these are the challenges you are facing. And so you'll gradually get bigger. A lot of people with this placement in Taurus, it means that they've been moved around a lot or they didn't have a whole lot as kids. And so now when they're able to afford it, they like to like hoard it in, you know? Yeah. So you have to be careful with that because with everything else that you have inside of your chart it's plenty is going to come with it. And it's all going to be based on hard work and perseverance as well. Have you ever felt more like a guy than a girl sometimes? Like dude vibe? Okay. So you're 8 masculine and 2 feminine. I'm also 8 masculine and 2 feminine. So you like to be pretty. We like to have our eyebrows done and our hair, but it's like, we like to go hang out with the boys, right?
Yep.
Yeah, like have muddy boots and I don't give a fuck, but let's bring our chapstick, okay? Like that. Yes. So that's that vibe. So don't ever think and masculine versus feminine, it doesn't mean like, do you have a dick or do you have a vagina? It just means do you think with your head versus your heart? So, and you've always had to think with your head a lot more, but you have this undertone of heart. So right now, I really think you're getting into where you need to be. I do think that you need to have, so this is a weird thing, the way you feel is you need to have your own thing. You need to be proud of it. Right. And I look at you and I feel you and I'm like, man, I want her to be like this hardcore vet, or man, I want her to be in consulting, or man, I want her to get into this. But there's also this vibe of that, like you're going to help your husband and y'all are going to build some sort of business together in the long run. And that's going to take off. So then I'm like, well, does she need to do this? Because if this is going to happen, right? And so I'm like, but then at the same time, if I look down too far, like near future, and if I just say, no, don't, and just wait for this, a lot of the building blocks that you needed from this to get here are here. And if you don't do this, this won't rise. So I'm like, don't be a lazy medium, like just, you know, do it all. But what do you want to do? What are you trying to look into?
So actually a friend and I have recently started a dance studio. We're very beginning stages, just kind of.
That's the business part. Okay. Yeah, it's literally, they just keep showing you and a partner, business. And I'm like, what is this? What is this? Hang on. Are you going to be teaching little kids?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hang on. Something about if you can get the funding. I don't know what that means. It's just going to be in local community. I'm asking, like, is it going to be like big? Like, are we going to like Fred Astaire? You know what I'm talking about? Like that stuff. It's just literally like all levels, all different types. Hang on. This is the grandmother. She's like, oh, it's a rough time right now, but it will be okay. Like that. And I'm like, oh my God, stop. Hang on. She's like, it's in the pre-planning stage. Don't rush it. It'll get there.
Okay.
She's like, by the time next year, you won't know that you had any free time, pretty much saying like, you're going to be so busy. You'll wish you had a couple hours to just sit down and do nothing like that. Hang on. Are you more the logistics side of it?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. I'm like, what does she do? What does she teach? And she's like, she's the logistics side of it. I'm like, oh, okay. Hang on.
I teach as well, but I seem to be the brains of our duo.
You are.
There's that later thing coming back.
Correct. She's like, it'll get there. Don't rush it. So yeah, that just, if you can keep on that, I feel like it's going to be slower, like in the next 6-9 months, but then gradually it's going to pick up and just wait. And this time next year, you're going to be like, fuck, she did say that. So email me and let me know. Okay. So what I want you to do right now is I would stay with you, but I have another session. I would love to stay though. But number one is have a good breather. Okay. When you get off the phone, because we brought all this energy in and these people and we have to allow it to dissipate. Second thing is tonight, before you hit the hay, can you tell her thank you? Because she's a great lady. I like her.
Thank
So
you.
okay, yeah, so she's sassy. And if you need me again or if you have any questions, just email me. Okay?
Thank you, Amy. I appreciate it.
Anytime, baby. If you need me, let me know. I love you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye, sweetie.
Bye.